magic. Come along, let's make it tragic. Dance in the kitchen where the flavors intertwine. Laughing and cooking, we're on a bite so fine. The aroma's rising, the chat is vibing. With the laughter, joys are arriving. Every cut and sizzles are there. Dana's kitchen, it's the heart. Dance in the kitchen where the flavors intertwine. Laughing and cooking with the times of food and night. Electric nights and streaming light, we're tuning in, feeling right. Spicy sauces, sweet surprises, sushi screens, and the flavor rises in Dana's realm. I'll discover new lights with every cover, topping, mixing every taste. No ingredients, cut to waste. Dance in the kitchen where the flavors intertwine. Laughing and cooking, we're on a bite so fine. The aroma's rising, the chat is riding, with their laughter, joy's arriving. Every cut and seals art in Dana's kitchen, it's the heart. Dance in the kitchen where the flavors intertwine. Laughing and cooking with the tides of food and life. Amidst the lights, she sets the stage. Dana's kitchen, turn of age. Stringing life with zest and flavor. Every moment, one to savor. A twitch and chase it in a kitchen. Sizzling sounds and colors, glisten. Interactive, closest to be in Dana's kitchen, feel the heat. Midnight snacks and morning brew, with the charm you can refuse. If it's one week morning down, take a chest-side glass of blue. The Danish kitchen, the sweets alive, whisking up my different flavors guide. Dreaming dreams and the neon lights, sweet joy on a starry night. Turn it tight, she says it right. From savory dishes to sweet delights. Every sprinkle, every dash, creating moments of cool refresh. Dance in the kitchen where the flavors intertwine. Laughing and cooking with the tides of food and life. Dance in the kitchen where the flavors intertwine. Laughing and cooking with the tides of food and life. Dana's in the kitchen. Let's cook, let's have some fun. Whipping up the best. Oh yeah. Plates full of yum. Plates full of yum. Oh yeah. Rockies by the stove, bestest boy. Tail wags to the beat of the pan's hot sizzle. Laughing over cocktails, drink more's the pour. Shake it up, mix it well. Frosty mugs of fun. Every bite's a hit, a flavored run. Plates stacked high, come get you some. Drinks got the tunes. Turn it up, shake the room. Blasting from the speakers. Oh yeah. Feel that groove. Rocky's on the idle, watchful eye. In Dana's realm. sputtering ice, so I can't wait. Every flavor's a journey, a delicious ride. Rocky's by the door, loyal pup, hoping for a taste, a little luck. Dana's on fire, turn it up, the queen of the kitchen's wild. Pots and pans in harmony, like a symphony compiled. Stirring up a storm, joy in every bite. Come and taste, with Rocky wagging more beneath the neon lights. Rocking out with spatulas, we're flipping fun tonight. With drink more pouring magic, every glass is just right. Shaking up, stirring pots, Dana's on a roll. She's got it going on. Feast your eyes, delight your soul. Come on, sing along. Crank the heat, let's celebrate. It's party time. It's party time. Flavors mingle, senses elevate. It's showtime.
I'm just following him.
Turn on Twitch, let's have some fun. Dana's kitchen has begun. She's whipping up the very best with bartender, drink more, cook less. He's the tech guy, Robbie, Randy, Roy. Rocky is the bestest boy. The food is great, come grab a plate. The show's starting, so don't be late. Dana's kitchen.
Ooh, you could make pita dough.
I look ridiculous.
You can see. He's like, ooh.
Oh, it's so much worse with that Vegemite.
Hello, it's Tuesday. Please expect me to get that wrong multiple times tonight. That it's Tuesday. So welcome in, everybody. I know Andy is here, the Heat of Phantom, and Bravewood, and Lord Bellows, and all you people. Welcome in to Tuesday night. So tonight, guys, Chef John Lung, who is out of Canada, if you don't know who he is, he's actually been on Master Chef and Grill Masters in Canada, and he decided he wanted to somehow do something like that to introduce food and drink streamers to the world. So, hang on a second, I've got some rice going over here. So he invited me along with, last night we had Kitchen View, and tomorrow night it is going to be Kanara, or tomorrow afternoon it'll be Kanara making kimchi. I think they did pasta rustica last night. And on Thursday, we have Gray Overcast is making berry rhubarb pie. And then on Friday, who's on Friday? I forgot who's on Friday. Somebody's on Friday. And then they're making a kimchi stew. And I am totally blanking on who that is. Anyway, and John started it off on Sunday. So this is your Tuesday version, and because it's me, if you're getting a signature dish from me, it's probably gonna be Texas or it's gonna be Mexican. So I've been working on this recipe for chicken enchiladas with a Poblano cream sauce, and that's what we're gonna be doing tonight. I'm still working on the recipe. The recipe is in Discord as it stands from the last time I made it. I've actually made already some changes for today in that I'm using chicken thighs, and I've actually already got them marinating. So that's what we're making today. Who is
Chris
it?
Hangry.
Oh, Chris Hangry. Chris Hangry is on Friday doing a kimchi stew. So it's all really good stuff. And you can go check out the VODs already on the on John's channel and on Kitchen View's channel to see what they made. So, and you need a dose of Robbie too. Maybe we'll see if we can get him over here. He's been a great, wonderful, amazing sport through all of this. So let's not forget to thank Robbie for being a great sport, because he's doing it for you and for me, not for him.
Mainly for you guys, though, not for Dana.
But mainly for you guys, because he can say no to me, but apparently he has a difficult time saying no to you, Gare. Hello, Lissa Panda, how are you doing? Welcome in. So, you guys have seen me make, if you've been here long enough, you've seen me make enchiladas multiple times. Again, this is a recipe I'm working on. On Thursday, we're also going to start working on a recipe. I've been thinking about it, but I haven't actually made it yet, as a Tex-Mex version of Eggs Benedict. So we'll play with that on Thursday. Although it's so funny because I got really prepared for today because my day, I had appointments set from like early this morning, starting before 9 o'clock this morning, and they were supposed to go all the way to 3, like straight through, by the way, other than like a half hour off. And everybody moved to Thursday. So now I gotta try and be completely ready before my day starts on Thursday for you guys. And I don't know what I'm doing, other than Eggs Benedict. But I've got some ideas. We'll play with them. It'll be fun. So, congratulations on the tennis.
I don't know. That had me scratching my head too.
Okay, so you're scratching your head. You'll have to elaborate, Andy. You'll have to elaborate. Okay, so the first thing I always do when I'm making something that's going to have a salsa is I almost always roast the veggies that we're going to use. Okay, and I forgot to turn the oven on. So let me do that first, because remember, Robbie, last time I told you, make sure you turn the oven on as soon as you think about it or you'll forget.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Well, you move faster than I do. Like if I forget to preheat the oven, chances are I'm still chopping something.
Yes. So this is a bigger problem for me than it is for you.
It is a big deal.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, because he's a good sport. Yes, he is a good sport.
I do also play tennis, though.
He actually played tennis in high school. True story. So we'll make our own tortillas today, but first we'll get some veggies in the oven to roast, okay? And since it's a poblano, obviously we have poblanos. So for me, I'm finding that 4 poblanos is plenty. Plenty for this recipe. And then we're gonna do 1 jalapeno, and you can choose your hot pepper that you want. I used serrano when I did this last time, and I found that I kind of missed the flavor of the jalapeno, so I'm gonna add jalapeno back in here. I have 2. Now, it wasn't very spicy last time, was it? Do you want it spicier than it was last time, Robbie? When I made the chicken enchiladas last week?
It should be fine.
Well, because I did 1 last time, 2, except it was 1 serrano.
2 should
So
be fine.
two jalapenos? Okay, we'll do 2 jalapenos. I like adding tomatillos in there. I like it giving that little bit of tartness, so it has a little bit more different flavor to it. So are green peppers okay? Yes, but you have to be more specific. Like, there's nothing wrong with green peppers, they just haven't ripened. So here is a green jalapeno. This is what we see most of the time, right? At a restaurant, roasted, blah, blah, blah. These are actually old. I'm about to toss them. They were on the vine. This is also a jalapeno. This has stayed on the vine longer. So it's a little spicier. This one's gonna be a little earthier. So green peppers are okay. So you mean instead of using, you don't have to put any peppers in here. If you do not like spices, you don't have to. I would suggest for flavor though, maybe just do half a jalapeno. Try it out. And if you don't like it at all, don't put them in. You don't have to. Poblanos are really, really mild. Hello, Waka Waka, how are you? Is that for the spiciness? Favorite dish? Yeah, okay.
For the biddies.
Schmoopy, hello. So I would not use green bell peppers. If poblanos are too spicy for you, they're really pretty mild. But you can go with an Anaheim pepper, which is usually even less spicy than this. If you use green peppers, like a green bell pepper, it's gonna have a completely different flavor. So, oh, look at that, Robbie's getting you up there for the bits on that. Pepper tartare, anybody? Okay, tomatillos. If you can't find tomatillos, maybe throw a couple of tomatoes in there. You're not gonna get the green sauce. It's gonna change the color of the sauce, but you'll get a little of that acid that you get from here. I like the tartness of this. Tomatoes are usually sweeter. If you've got green tomatoes, you could use those too. But if you can find tomatillos, that would be great. Vanilla Bay, thank you for that follow. Peppers can be eaten raw. We're gonna do garlic, all right? And we are going to also do a yellow onion. And this is a non-sweet yellow onion. It's still sweet, but it's not like a sweet, like a Vidalia onion or anything like that. You could also throw some cilantro in there if you wanted to. Hello, how are you, Elser? You love enchiladas. I know, didn't I make enchiladas and show you how to make them easy? This is not quite as easy, but it's also not too hard. I gotta check this rice.
We don't get to say hi to Elser very often on a Wednesday.
We don't.
In the land down under.
That's true. I gotta taste this rice. This doesn't look done. I don't know what I did here. I need more water in there. Woo! Did I not? Did I put the wrong kind of rice in here? That's very possible. Let me see. Well, it's fine. It'll be rice on the plate.
10 minutes in and she's already making mistakes.
It's fine. Everything is okay. So first, let's prep and get this stuff on here. So make your cleanup easy. Put foil on there. If you don't want to use foil or don't have it, you don't have to do that. I just find it an easier cleanup. And after a stream, we all want that. So we're gonna start by.
That's a big onion.
Yep.
I'm among the gum trees with lots of plum trees. A sheep, a tuak, a kangaroo, a clothesline out the back, veranda out the front.
The land of gum trees. All right. So I'm just gonna get this on here. And this is all gonna go in a blender. So don't worry about making these beautiful cuts on this. We just need to give it a lot of space to roast in the oven. In addition, you don't want to put them in the oven. I think that's the easiest way. You can put them on your grill if you've got the grill going for some reason. You can do them on a stovetop in like a cast iron pan. That would work too. So choose your way that you're going to roast your veggies. The reason we do that is you get so much more flavor out of them. It adds just such a nice flavor. Otherwise, you get that real raw pepper flavor, which I don't want in my enchilada sauce. All right, Chef Mega's here. Hello, Chef Mega. How are you? All right, you know what? I can leave these whole. We're gonna leave these all whole. We're not even gonna cut these yet. We'll do that after they've roasted.
It's the Burke's Backyard theme song.
Oh, it was. Who knew? We got our garlic clove. I'm just gonna leave it whole like this. It'll roast inside. And then we've got our tomatillos. So if you've never played with tomatillos before, they have a husk on the outside. They are kind of sticky. So we're actually gonna rinse these off. You always bring a smile, Andy. I still want to try and remake that breakfast I had when we met you. I haven't tried those corn fritters with a nice poached egg on the top.
It's still kind of hard to believe we made that happen. But
I know. All right. And that
Elsa
gives me
says,
an idea
"Never
for
seen
tomorrow.
those things before."
All right, we're gonna throw that on there. Now, don't just throw them in there like that. Don't do that. Get yourself some oil. I'm using olive oil. You could use a neutral oil if you would prefer. So we're gonna do that. And then I'm just gonna toss all these babies around. I definitely wanna make sure the garlic has lots of oil on it. We want that garlic to get nice and caramelized. It gets kind of sweet. I love that. Vanilla Bay, beautiful, thank you. Beautiful fruit. Even more beautiful when it comes out of the oven. All right. We have to wait for that oven to finish preheating, and we'll stick them in with a timer. Whoops. And there we go. So my problem with my rice is the thing I usually have my jasmine rice in, I did not. So it's a shorter grain rice. So we're gonna hope it's not an arborio rice, it's a Japanese rice. But, oh, you know what helps, Robbie? If I turn it on.
Only if you want it to cook, heat up, or get hot in any way.
That helps. Okay. So play around with the pepper. Play around with the peppers and stuff that you want in your sauce. That's kind of what I'm doing. This is what I've settled on so far. I may play a little when hatch chilies come into season in a couple of weeks and see what else I can create. But it is a poblano cream sauce, so I do want poblanos in there. I want that definite flavor in there. And when we put it together in the blender, I'm actually going to be adding some ancho peppers in there. Do you know what ancho peppers are? Do you remember, Robbie?
They're peppers
But what kind of peppers are they?
from the ancho region of Ancholi.
No. Ancho peppers are dried poblano peppers.
Why
So it's
is it
been
just called
dry.
that?
Because it's something different. That's how we do it. Never seen those things before, the tomatillos. Yeah, I don't know if you get them in Australia, but down here in South United States, you can find them pretty easily because we use them a lot in Tex-Mex and Mexican cooking. I'm somewhat knowledgeable about some things. I try not to pretend like I know more than I do. I used to pretend a lot, but I don't anymore. Okay, so earlier today, when I've done this in the past, I've just seasoned the chicken that we've used. Today, I actually decided to marinate it. And the marinade that I used, Robbie, is olive oil, tequila, salt and pepper, chili powder, lime juice, and a little cumin.
I'm not sure I heard anything after tequila.
This is why you don't listen to me. So we're gonna give this a try and see how this chicken tastes. The last chicken we did tasted pretty good. I'm gonna see if I can amp it up a little bit with that tequila flavor. I've marinated beef with tequila. We have glazed a turkey with a mezcal mix. Or basted, not glazed, but basted a turkey with mezcal. So we're gonna see if it works, if this works for chicken. Oh, they sell them in tins. That's interesting. George Clooney approves. Excellent. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and cook the chicken, and then we're gonna let it cool, and then we're gonna chop it up, and then I'm going to throw it in the pan again to heat it up right before we use it with a few more spices. And to make sure those spices get all over our chicken, Robbie. And every little piece of the chicken. So I don't want to open this with the knife I'm chopping produce with, since it's chicken. And we'll use my chicken bowl here to get this out. And while that's heating up, because it's cast iron, I'm gonna real quick mix the masa harina so that we have a nice masa to make our tortillas, because we will be making our tortillas from scratch. It smells pretty good. If it wasn't chicken, Robbie, we could drink this marinade.
But it is chicken.
But
so
it
we
is
won't.
chicken, so we won't. It smells so good. So again, this is kind of you're here with me today as I'm doing my own kind of recipe development, because when I do enchiladas, a lot of times I just make stuff up as I go along. And I don't think Robbie's ever said those were really terrible enchiladas.
Never. Not for any that you've made anyway.
That's true. There have been some very mediocre ones we've had along the way. All right, let's clean up our chicken juice there. Get rid of that. Hang on. I was gonna throw it on the floor, but then there's a dog.
You're inspiring Bravewood to play around with some different chili flavors.
Oh, I love it. I love that. So here's the thing. I forgot your mom bought me more towels. I'll have to get those out at some point. Okay. But I need a towel. And you know what I didn't do, everybody? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun. There we go.
Would you like to move your mic? Or?
Why? Can you not hear me? Because this is, you know. How's that?
Better.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
Your tech guy says it is, therefore it must be true.
Well, you're not even listening to me.
I just know. It's 4 years of streaming experience, Dana.
Okay, you say so.
You're what you might call a professional.
We'll see. So, if you're new here, introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about yourself. If you feel comfortable, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Don't do it. But we love to welcome new people in here. And just so you know, behind, if you have not been here before, the voice you hear behind the scenes is, there we go, is Robbie, Randy, Ricky, Roy, or Drink More, Cook Less in the chat. And he is in charge of the tech. Except for on Sundays this month, which he's put me in charge of tech while he cooks. Actually, it's the other way around. I put him in charge of cooking, which meant I had to do tech. I should probably get that straight. I have the apron on. The apron is on. Hello, this username. So, where was I going? Food. What I love about Texas, or at least my grocery store in Texas, is that I can get approximately 20 different chili powders. So I have this is ground red chilies, but really this one is, which one is this one? It's not the pasilla, because I didn't get the pasilla. Now I have to remember which one I got. Oh, guajillo. So this is guajillo pepper, ground pepper. This is ancho pepper over here. And then they have some mixes too that have different kinds. So they also had like pasilla peppers, they have jalapeno, all of them ground down. So you can use them as seasonings. And that is when you're cooking Latin food, playing around with all of those different peppers, very good. Some of my favorites, I love moritas because they're super smoky, as well as chipotles, which are also, those are smoked, and they are smoked jalapenos. Whew, they add a lot of heat. So if you don't like spice, do not use chipotle peppers. You can use chipotle chili powder, which I have, to add smokiness. It's not too spicy. And what else do I have in here? And even, you know, paprika is a ground pepper powder. It's not a chili, but it's ground bell peppers. Did you know that?
You didn't.
And this one is smoked. So it's a smoked one, so it'll bring that smokiness. So there you go. Your stomach hurts?
Is it because of all the pepper talk?
Maybe. But the thing is when you've got some of these ground peppers, if you get cayenne, Cayenne's definitely spicy, right? But a lot of these other ones will add more flavor than they will heat. You gotta play around with them a little bit. Now, if you get the dried peppers and make it yourself, you just have to take a look. Are they very hot? Are they medium hot? Are they not really hot at all? It's all different. Sound of chicken sizzling. It means my pan is hot enough too. Not as especially a ghost chili, right, John? Oh, smoked paprika is the best. I love smoked paprika. It's one of those things that if you don't know, hey, I'm gonna put these in the oven, by the way. You're also gonna know that I kind of skip around a lot, so pay attention. And don't feel bad if you have to ask me, what are you talking about? I might not even be able to answer the question, who knows? So John, this recipe I'm doing today is one I'm still working on. And so this is the first time I've marinated my chicken for the inside of my enchiladas. I decided I wanted to try and get a little more flavor into my chicken. So this has got lime juice, tequila, olive oil, some chilies, some cumin on it. Then we're gonna cook this way, let it cool, and then chop it up. ADHD, it's not really ADHD as much as it is I got 8 million things on my mind. So, but it looks the same. Because in case you guys didn't know, I'm also a therapist, and I have a lot of people who self-diagnose with ADHD, and a lot of times it's really symptoms of anxiety. There are definitely people who have ADHD. Talk to a therapist. They can help you determine whether it's ADHD or anxiety. So there you go. More flavor equals more good, right? Make sure there's flavor in every single element, right?
That's what I'm doing wrong, Dana.
Is it the only thing you're doing wrong?
I forget to add flavor.
Huh?
I forget to add flavor.
Oh, that is a problem. All right, while the chicken is cooking, we are going to go ahead and make our our masa for our tortillas. So this is masa harina. So what they've done with the corn to make this is they've taken the corn off, they've put it in a big vat, and they've cooked it with a lime solution. What that does is that breaks down the outer wall of the proteins in the corn so that we can digest it and actually get the protein in it, okay? And then they dry it and then they ground it. That's masa harina. Some places, the places that have the best tortillas, go directly from the masa. So they make it with the corn. They make their own masa with the corn, and it never is a flour. So those machines are very expensive, or it's very time-consuming, energy-consuming, because you have to use kind of a thing to break it all down and then dry it. So we go to the store, we get masa harina, we add water to it, boom, we have masa. I use this brand. They do not pay me. I pay good money for it. It's called Masienda, and it's all heritage corn, so it has flavor to it. Because if you ever been to the store or at a restaurant and you're like, these corn tortillas don't taste like anything, because I know I have, which is why I didn't like corn tortillas growing up. I liked flour tortillas. Well, guess what? If you use something other than the awful corn that we grow that has no flavor to it, and you use this heritage corn, you get more flavor. So you'll find it in different colors. This is yellow. This particular brand has yellow, white, red, and blue. heritage corn. So there we go. Nixtamalization, yes. Exactly, right. So here's the deal. So just to piggyback on that, to piggyback on that, Chef John, is that they ate and they still, let me get my thoughts going here. They still farm on these small heritage farms. They have the corn, they have beans, and they have squash. When you have all three of those things and your corn has been nixtamalized, you get all of the protein amino acids that you would get out of a piece of meat. So that's how they got their protein. You love corn tortillas. I love that. Hello, Matt. What? Oh my gosh, John says hello. I got a little, the Pan Brand, not like the tortilla, exactly, Chef John. We'll get you some of the good stuff. So welcome in, Raiders. I see a bunch of you in there. Uncommon Wolf, Jinx Jaded, Gubera. John says hello, welcome in, and thank you for that follow. Thank you for the follows. There's more than one. Thank you for the follows. Hey, I'm gonna try.
Uncommon Wolf led the raid.
I'm sorry. Oh, I know. I saw that. Okay. Oh, you led the raid. Awesome. Welcome in, Raiders. My name is Dana. This is Dana's Kitchen, and I am here with Robbie, Randy, Ricky, Roy, Scrat, Stanley. It's Stanley, right? I think that's what it is. Stanley, Drink More, Cook Less, who is my tech guy, my logistical elevation technician, my sometimes sous chef, dog wrangler, dishwasher bartender. So welcome in. I am. How was your stream, Johnny says? What did you do in yours? And I am. Thank you, Jinx Jaded. Well, we're so glad that you get here. The words are hard. Hang on, I gotta double check my chicken because it would be bad if we burn the chicken that we're cooking for enchiladas. That would be bad, Robbie, just in case you were wondering.
Johnny was doing a Just Chatting stream today, but he also does cooking.
Excellent! I am so glad that you're here. Yeah, we started off with one cell phone, and now we have 5 cameras, 3 lights, 2 monitors, all sorts of things. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. So thank you guys for all of the follows, and we're glad you're here. So this is part of Chef John put together, who is here in the chat with us today, put together a Master Chef series. I'm out doing food now. Well, thank you. That is very kind of you. Chef John decided this week to put together a Master Chef series, and is going to probably be doing more of these. It might not. This is the first time, so we're working out all of the kinks for it. And I am here up in North Texas, so I cook a lot of Mexican food, Latin American food, Tex-Mex type stuff. You'll also see me making some German food, but I'll tell you my absolute favorite thing to do is to explore other things I'm not exposed to. So I've had lots of people from chat suggest dishes that I can't even pronounce, and I love doing that, especially if the person is there to help walk through it with me on tips and tricks and everything, because I'm not a chef, I'm a home cook. I grew up where the kitchen was the heart of the home. I love cooking. I love getting people together to eat. And here we are on Twitch, now doing it for all of you guys.
And are you just pan frying the chicken?
That's it. I just put a little olive oil in there. It was marinated. The chicken here. Okay, so here's what I'm doing, because you guys came in right after I started describing this. I'm actually working on a recipe, and it's for chicken enchiladas with a creamy poblano sauce. This is the first time I actually marinated the chicken ahead of time, and we marinated it in olive oil, a little tequila, some salt and pepper, some lime juice, some chili powder, and some cumin. And so I'm going to, we'll
Care,
cut
bear,
this up or
count
shred it,
down.
one or the
4,
other.
3, 2,
And
1.
it'll still cook in the oven. So it sounds like
somewhere up in the sky.
Aspie, you'll bring your plate and silverware as you swim from Hawaii.
Yeah, you'll be
I
hungry
love
after that
it.
swim.
That's a big swim, and I know it. You burn a lot of calories swimming. I should probably swim more.
No worries, Aspie.
You are right on time, Aspie. You are great. So yeah, so I'm just pan frying the chicken, and then we'll shred it, and then I'll probably put it back in there with a few more spices after I taste it, because I want to add flavor in every element of what we're making. So I'm going to set this aside to let it cool before I shred it, because shredding hot chicken hurts. It hurts, Robbie. And what we've got going right now is I've got in the oven, I have some poblanos, jalapenos, where am I going? Here? Poblanos, jalapenos, onions, garlic, tomatillos. So we've got all of those roasting in the oven to add an extra layer of flavor for our sauce. Okay, so here's our masa harina. This is heritage masa harina, so it actually has flavor to it. And generally speaking, the ratio for masa is 1-to-1. 1 cup of water to a little of the masa. You can add a little salt to it if you want to. You do not have to. But this is a basic corn tortilla. Are there recipes where you add some fat to it? There are. But I just like using this. It's easy, it's good for you. And when you're using a good quality masa harina, you are getting a really flavorful tortilla. You don't need the extra fat in it. So what are my seasonings or my go-tos? Slash what I seasoned the chicken with today. So today, what I seasoned the chicken with, I'm assuming you are like, it's like front slash, what did I do with the chicken? I did, well, so because the chicken was in the marinade, right? So a lot of times it just kind of depends on what I'm cooking with. But I'll tell you some of the things I really love. I love cumin. I just love it. It's great when you're doing Middle Eastern food. It's great when you're doing Latin flavored foods. It's just a really good all around spice. Some people don't like it. I love it. I love getting all different kinds of peppers, because I do a lot of Mexican food, a lot of Latin American food. So I have multiple different kinds of dried peppers and ground peppers as well on hand almost all the time. Yeah, so this is marinated, and the things I have in this are pretty easy marinade-wise, other than the liquids, which is tequila, olive oil, and lime juice. I've got cumin, chili powder, salt, and pepper. Now, when I shred it, I'm gonna, if it's cooked all the way through already, I'll taste it and see if I need to add anything else to it. I might add a little more chili powder, or I might add some paprika, something along that line. Paprika is a great thing to have on hand. I have regular paprika, I have smoked paprika. And so for spice, it's tough because I do have probably around 40 spices in the house right now. And that would be a safe number, not like a big number. All right, so in making your masa, we're looking for the consistency of Play-Doh. So I don't pour all my water in first. And we want to, and then I'm gonna wrap it in some plastic to let it hydrate. I have found that works best to keep my tortillas from getting too sticky and not working. Now I will tell you, I don't know how many tortillas I have made on stream. How many tortillas do you think I've made on stream, Robbie?
It's definitely in the hundreds. You might be approaching 1,000.
It's probably closer to that, yeah. Because we're always doing about 12 to 15.
You've gotten a lot better at it.
I have, but every once in a while they don't come out. So I don't promise that these will be perfect until I start cooking them. It's not a favorite spice of mine. You find it too stringent or strong. All of your favorite cuisines, Mexican, Chinese, Indian, all use cumin, right? Right? It wasn't until I started playing around with Eastern Asian and Middle Eastern foods that I found a lot of the spices, there's a lot of spices in common with that. All right, so I may need a little more water. Let's see. Nah, I think we're okay.
Pork belly.
So there we go. So again, it's got to have kind of the consistency of Play-Doh, and that's what I'm looking for. And then I want it to hydrate. This is probably one of those things that changed my life, is when I realized I needed to rest a lot of different doughs that I've used over the years. Cookie doughs, pie, pastry, like your pie crust, all those things. That's not what I was looking for. Robbie, what am I doing over here?
I don't know. What are you doing?
Either. I'm supposed to be a master chef here, and I'm looking like I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm not a master chef. Let's just be really clear on that. I just cook really well. Maybe one day. Would you get on Master Chef with me and cook?
Was that hot or cold water that you added?
It's kind of room temperature. So room temperature to warm water. I wouldn't go too warm. I think room temperature is the best. It won't make a ton of a difference, but maybe that's something I need to play with so I can give you a better answer and go, oh, maybe these tortillas do come out better with this. All right, let's get that into one big ball here.
John says you're doing great, Dana.
I just go with it, John. It doesn't even matter if I'm doing great. See, now that I've got it here, it feels a little wet, but we'll see. We'll let that rest. Pasta dough, you want to make sure your pasta dough rests. So if you're having trouble with any of your doughs, like not rolling out well or not feeling it's staying together really well, you may need to rest it. Game changer for me, true game changer. Okay. So Robbie,
Yes.
what do I have next to do? We gotta wait for I know what we can do. We can move this aside so I can get the other cast iron thing out that I didn't get out. So Robbie and I have just had a lot going on in the last week. So I'm usually better prepared than this. I think. Let's try that side. So this is a cast iron como. You don't need one of these to make tortillas, okay? You can use any kind of pan. I would not use a non-stick pan because you won't get the nice markings on it that we want. A stainless steel pan, cast iron pan, all of those things work well. It could create a stronger bond. Good to know, John, thank you. I just use lukewarm water. That seems to work pretty well for me, but that's the science. That's the science behind it. So I normally stream on Thursdays, right? Thursdays now? Thursday. I always have to ask Robbie because I've had to switch that day for work. Is stuff in the oven? You know what? I haven't checked the stuff in the oven. We just put it in there, didn't we? What's happening over here? Oh, it's spitting. Let's move it down. Oh, this came untied. I'm falling apart. Everything is fine.
Jedi says that most recipe I've seen call for hot water, which is why they ask.
Ah, okay.
And And Uncommon Wolf is also saying that warm to hot water is ideal.
Okay. Well, there you go. There's the answer.
There's
I just
a
use
better
lukewarm.
breakdown over here if you're ready
I
to
just
read.
use like lukewarm.
Cold water is not recommended. It can lead to stiff dough or uneven texture.
What is it? What is?
Cold water is not recommended.
Ah. Well, good news. Here in Texas, there's no such thing as cold water.
Certainly not during the summer.
All right, so I'm just going to turn everything over in there. So there you go. I just, with the hot water sometimes, at least for me, what's happened when I've used things that are hot water, I seem to use too much water and then my dough gets, it gets too soft. Whereas when I use like lukewarm or room temperature water, I seem to get a better, it's worked better for me, but you know, you can play with it. So this, but here's the thing on Commonwealth, this does not have any fat in it. That is the thing. There's no lard, there's no oil in these. This is water and flour. That's it. So that's why it probably doesn't matter too terribly much when it comes to this, because I don't have any fat in it. Now, if you're making like if you're making flour tortillas, for sure you want to use warmer water. So, water with ice, but the ice doesn't stay ice very long here, John. You go outside, unless you got like a Yeti or something, ice is gone. Ice is gone. Roll with it, exactly. That's good. All right. The other thing, if you're making tortillas and you're, for some reason, using the tasteless pre-made corn tortillas you get at the grocery store, which is your prerogative, and by the way, I do it sometimes too, right? You want to heat those up before you use them, and it's even better if you take a pan and you put a little oil in them and heat them up with the oil. And then I like using this as my tortilla warmer. It keeps my tortillas really pliable. So you can also use like a dish towel that's maybe got like a damp paper towel or something in it to help keep them a little softer for when you roll them so they don't break. Just a tip. So, Aspie's got all the things. All right, that is gonna be plenty hot. And I'm just waiting now. We're gonna be, once we put the enchiladas in, I may have Robbie come over here and help me make some guacamole. And yeah.
How many avocados do you have today?
Just one.
Just one?
Just one.
Was it last time we used two and it was almost overflowing?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Good
That was before today, so don't ask me to remember any of that. Let's see how our rice is doing. It's a little stickier than I want, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. I'm actually going to throw some peas in my rice. Let those thaw out a little more in there. So my rice, all I used to make my rice was I used chicken stock, and I used a little of this, which is caldo de tomate, which is tomato bouillon with chicken flavor. And this gives you that nice red color on your rice. You will see, you know how it's hard sometimes to make the rice that you see in the restaurants. Although nowadays they do a lot of different things with their rice. So you'll get like cilantro lime rice, at least around here. So you can add a little bit of this too, and it adds a really good flavor. So you get a little tomato flavor, a little chicken flavor in your rice. I love it. And it tastes like the old school Mexican rice that we used to get at non-traditional, definitely non-authentic Mexican restaurants in St. Louis, Missouri. Back in the day. All right. We've let this rest now for a few minutes. You're going to want, if you're pressing tortillas with a tortilla press, you are going to want plastic. Everybody has their own preference, okay? I've heard people use wax paper. I've heard people use parchment paper. I used to use the plastic bags like Ziploc bags and just cut the Ziploc off. These actually from Hacienda, they look like paper bags, or they look like plastic bags when you get them. And these work way better than anything else I've ever used. Other than this,
Because they're made with magic, Dana.
they're magic. Other than this, you can definitely roll your tortillas out if you do not have this. A lot of traditional places will actually roll their tortillas out. I've had people come in here and go, no, you have to roll your tortillas. Nope, I'm gonna do it this way.
Hey, Suki.
Rice paper for sushi. I don't even know if I have any rice paper right now. How are you doing, Suki? All right, let's see how sticky this is. These are gonna be small enchiladas tonight. Don't worry, Robbie. There'll still be enough for you to eat. All right. We're gonna see how these turn out. Okay. Oh, I messed it up already.
How are things on our end of the monitor?
How are things on your end of the monitor?
It's been pretty crazy.
On your end of the monitor?
Yes.
Oh. You doing okay? You need help?
I do need help. You're not doing enough over there. You can come help me.
So
Look at that.
I know, but it didn't lay flat, so part of it's not cooked, so it's gonna have to get flipped back over. All right, so this dough is a little softer than I'd like. I put a little too much water in it, I think. So I'm gonna let it normally I would wrap this up in between, but I want it to dry out just a little bit. So we're gonna leave it uncovered and see if that works. See, here's the thing about food and drink streamers. You get to see all our mistakes. We can't edit them out. We can for YouTube, but for you guys, we cannot. You're already watching. You get to see all of our problems, all the mistakes. But here's the thing you have to remember. The people on those food shows are also making some of these mistakes. You just don't get to see them. I think one of the best lessons I ever had, oh, that looks good, doesn't that? I think one of the best lessons I ever learned is when I was doing photography and I would get really frustrated and disappointed because my pictures, like out of a roll, because this is back when we used film, out of a roll of 24 pictures, I might really like 2. And then finally somebody who worked as a professional photographer says, you know, the stuff you see in magazines is that 1 or 2 picture off the roll. You don't see all of the other pictures that didn't turn out. All right, I did this one, didn't get flat again. So we're gonna have the same problem with this one.
I believe it's in your tossing technique, Dana.
Apparently, I don't disagree with that at all. What I say is, it may not come out perfect, but as long as it's good,
Hey, Luminology.
that's all that matters. Ah, dang it. How are you doing, Luminology? Do you think it'll reattach?
Yeah, you can just put it right back on there. It's fine.
Everything is fine. Just stay right there. Here we go. Sometimes I get in a really good rhythm with this, sometimes I do not. I do have a como. Ugh, that little piece came off. Let's try that again. Got home, glad to be in the AC for sure. Although, I don't know how far away you are from here, but
I think Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, I'm just not gonna complain this year because so far we've had rain. We have not had 100 degrees. Ah, now that's the puffing I want, Robbie. because this puffing that's on here is air that's in between the layers. And that's a good puffing. We don't want puffing because Dana tossed it on here wrong. So let's see. There we go. That's flavor, everybody. Who wants
Even
the tortilla?
Braidwood's getting 100 degrees in Oregon?
I know, other places in the country have been hotter than us. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Ta-da! I did it. It worked. Now, this
Here
could
you go,
be,
Dana.
this still could be puffing up, but we'll fix it. It'll be fine. You had a long drive home then from here. Yeah, it's been actually really nice because normally this time of the year we just don't even want to go outside. It's so hot. Oops. It's tearing. All right, so everybody, this is a mediocre tortilla night for me. Just so we're clear.
It's because you're on a Tuesday. That's what's
I think
throwing
it's
off
that.
your-
And you can see I'm just not as fast.
That or Tuesday's upset that you're making enchiladas instead of
Instead of tacos, that could very, very well be it right there. And also my day just didn't go the way I thought, and that always just kind of throws me off. And not in a bad way, it wasn't a bad day. All right, let's get you turned back over.
Did you see that even Suki hit 100 yesterday and today?
Oh my gosh. So see, they're puffing up, and I don't know why they're doing that. And so parts of it aren't getting cooked. If you are a tortilla expert and you have a solution to that, let me know, because that happens every once in a while when I'm making tortillas. Because I don't think it's that the comal's too hot.
And Common Wolf says fork.
Huh? Fork? Could you elaborate?
For the puffing? You asked for a
Oh,
solution.
a fork.
I was following. You simply answered her question.
Yeah, but I asked it like 30 seconds earlier. But it's not going down like onto on here to get those parts cooked.
Flat sandwich press, huh?
So the only problem with that DeSoto is if I put it when it's doing that, the top is still wet and it will stick to it. Because I can't even do this. I've used this to press down and then it's gotten stuck on it. So I don't know that that would work. I haven't tried it, so I can't be 100% sure.
Yeah, back of the knee sweat sounds hot. You do them between the sandwich paper?
That sounds like a lot of work for tortillas.
I think homemade tortillas are work.
I think that if I do them this way,
Royce!
if we get that down, there we go. Hello, Royce, how are you? And thank you so much for that. Oh my gosh, 26 months. I thought, it feels like you just did this the other day. Has it been that long? We're gonna try this fork method, and I'm gonna try and pay attention to what I'm doing.
One
Let's
of
see if
our
that works.
food fight competitors for this season.
That is true. Hey, the fork thing may be working.
Get you up on the board.
Robbie's working on it. All right. Let's see, that one is done. Fork, oh, I tore that one too much. Don't. No, there we
Tearing stuff,
go.
Dana.
I know. I am. We'll bat it down. Come on, bat down. Get down. It's all going to be fine. Because that one turned out better, even though it looks like... Robbie, did you come and take a bite from that?
I did not.
Unlikely. So there's our lineup for Food Fight, which will be on Tuesday. So this is kind of your prelude to me being on Tuesdays for August and most of September with Darth Verbaka and those people. Those people right there in there. Megabytes, Mind of Roy's, Dominka's Tavern, Uncle Baby. We've got Earth Toast, Cooking with Donuts, Kitchen View, Pretty Good Gaming. So, and all of it's for charity. So if you don't know about Food Fight, you get to sabotage or ask questions. We have questions that we can use them because some people want to donate money, but they don't want to make life harder for people. I'm not one of them. I'd rather make life harder. Oh, look at that. That's what happens. Some names you don't recognize. Hello, Ann Board Games. We're glad you found us. I just messed this tortilla because I was too busy talking, not cooking. It doesn't matter. I'm going to finish it anyway. So we've got some very rustic tortillas today. I just kind of go with it. And there we go, up on there. So we're glad that you're here. Do you stream at all, or you just like to watch people streaming? And that is a good question, Uncommon Wolf. What other things do you like to watch? This is getting a little charred over here. We'll see what we can do with that tortilla.
I'm not sure you've cooked one before with that big of a hole in it, Dana. That's impressive.
I like to impress people, Robbie. Here, we'll do this with the fork. Maybe that'll keep me from getting a
Board gamer streams, of course. I suppose that's a good answer.
It is a good answer. It's Twitch. And it's your name.
I don't think I've seen Darth make homemade tortillas yet. Could be wrong.
I don't think he has either.
I want to say the homemade ice cream yesterday was a first. And it looked delicious.
I mean, Darth makes delicious looking food.
I was about ready to head up there.
Well, why didn't you? Then I wouldn't have had to cook for you. He's not happy with that answer, that response there.
I'm everywhere, I told you.
All right. This one I think we can move over. I'm feeling out of the groove here when it comes to tortillas. All right, let's make sure that part gets cooked. I'd like to be, you know what, one day I just need to cook like 1,000 tortillas so that I can get really good at it. Oh, dang.
John says we all make amazing food. It's up to Twitch to let people know we're here.
That's true. Get down. See, this is what happens when I put like a sandwich press or anything on there.
I believe you can type acid.
That looked like that got on fire. This is like super hot today. I just turned it down, so hopefully that'll help. Let's see if we can get this one up. This one's gonna need to be flipped again for sure. a little bit by little bit. Maybe one day I'll have an expert tortilla maker over here that can say they'll be perfect every time if you just do this, Dana.
Is
Could
the
be.
thing you're supposed to do, Dana, is to just get good?
Maybe.
What just happened over there?
It tore when I tried to pull
I
it
like how we
off.
talk about you getting good at doing this, and then you have like your worst one yet.
Shh, you.
I'm very helpful, Chad. I've gotten spicier since you made me cook this month.
You sure have. I haven't seen my bartender make me a margarita, have you? Have you guys seen him make me a margarita?
Was that on the agenda and nobody's done the points for it and you haven't asked for it? I mean, how am I supposed to know that
I need to get this stuff out of the oven too. I'm trying to do too many things.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
There sure is.
Not today anyway. John says, I'm not helping.
Okay, let's get our roasted veggies out. Here we go. I'm gonna show them to you real quick. I'm gonna set them down. I don't want to burn tortillas. We'll let those sit out for a second because I do want to get the peppers covered and let them cool while they're covered because that helps it make it easier to get the skin off of it.
So Miss Dana.
Yes.
Would you like a margarita?
I mean, who here thinks I should have a margarita?
Does it count if I give you emotes of a margarita in the chat?
No.
Oh, dang it.
Feeling a little corny, Dana.
All right. Well, then you are.
See, Pook's Peak says yes, and John says, is the sky blue?
Right now it's gray.
No, it's
And
not.
yes, John, thank you for that. Water is wet. Water doesn't make things wet. Water is wet. At least that's the team I'm on. Dana disagrees. She thinks that water isn't wet, it just makes things wet.
You want to know a secret, Robbie? Do you want to know a secret?
You're not going to throw water at me, are you?
I don't really care.
Oh, so she's just a troublemaker. You're back to work. Strike is over. Oh, that's right. I was going to make her a drink.
Is that good? Good news? Yeah, my dough's a little wet today, so it's, I'm wondering if it being too wet also contributes to this, since that's steam. We'll push those down in a... Robbie is definitely my margarita maker. He makes very good margaritas. He has a great base to a margarita, and then we can add stuff to it. Okay, now that you're a little drier, will you let me pat you down? It helps to talk to your food too. That's a pro tip. Pro tip, talk to your food. All right. We do. It's in the door.
The other one. I really need a yellow cap.
All of the caps at the grocery store on their fresh squeezed juices are green. Whether it's strawberry, orange juice, lime juice, lemon juice, apple juice. It doesn't matter. This is a mess. I need to really clean this. All right, we're gonna get that out of the way. Okay. Let's see if we can get this one turned over. My comb needs to really be probably scrubbed and seasoned as well. So we're about there. You're so impressed with the homemade. I mean, I like homemade tortillas. They taste so much. This is one of those few things that is so worth the effort versus going and getting them at the store. I did not oil it this time. It was seasoned, but it probably needs to be re-seasoned. I probably just need to scrub it down, re-season it. We'll see. All right, you get some color on the other side. But all of that color we're seeing on there is a little flavor, so it's good. Do you guys hear the sounds of margaritas? All right, tortillas are ready to go over here. Okay, next. Where's my lime? I need a lime, hang on. He never gives me my tahini rim though that I like on the drink. Are you putting more ice in mine? No? I don't know what he's doing. It's fine.
I'm getting it ready.
Oh, for your margarita?
Because it was done on ice.
Okay.
That's why there's not more ice in there. It was like, I'm done.
It was done making rice.
Rice or ice, either one.
Ice. I don't know.
You looked at the rice, I think.
I did. I looked at the
You're
rice.
like-
I said rice
You're like Ron
instead of
Burgundy in
ice.
the teleprompter. You just saw something and you're
I
like,
saw something.
monitor, camera.
Ice is not staying tight. There we go. So,
It's true, John.
as we, I know, I think it is a crime. All right, so we're gonna take all of these peppers, we're gonna stick them in here.
Look at that Aspie getting the clip in there.
Look at that, I danced just for you, so you're not the only one with a silly clip.
You've only got about 100 crazy dances to catch up, Dana.
Cool. I'm gonna cover this. The steam, ultimately what you would really prefer, what's best is if as soon as these come out of the oven, get them into a bowl and put something over the top of it like a towel so that it steams. That steam gets underneath the skin and the pepper, and then it makes it pulling the skin off really, really easy. I was like, oh, this is still really hot, and then I realized I put it on a hot vessel.
Well, hey, Krem, you snuck in here while I was making the drink.
Hi, Krem, how are you? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the rest of these things in here for now, except I may need to let the garlic cool down before I can pull the garlic out of there. So we've got our tomatillos, we've got our onions.
We are good. We've been very, very busy the last week and a half, but
We
good.
sure have.
Let me see if I remember. And there's the GoFundMe.
Oh yes, the GoFundMe. By the way, if you're new here, Chef Steve and Creme Delish work together. They had a food truck. It was hit by a drunk driver Memorial Day weekend, and that was how they make their food. So they are being very creative. They stream on Twitch, and they have a GoFundMe to help them get a new truck or pick up or fix, not the one that got hit, but another one. So, Athrun Pete, thank you. So, did I say that right? Athrun Pete, welcome in. Thank you for that follow. So, if you got something to spare and you want to help out some really good people, go hit that GoFundMe. And if you really want, if you watch Johnson, who makes knives, made this knife right here for me, you can watch during the day, donate during that time, and then you get entered in to win a knife. And it's a chef's knife, right? Is that the one he's doing
With
each week?
parts of the food truck.
With parts of the food truck are in there?
in
I
the
did not know that.
Yep.
I still haven't won it though, so
You've been trying.
I've been trying. There we go. We'll just put that oil in there. That's all good.
Different types of knives.
Knives. Oh, different types of knives, but all with parts of the truck.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna let those peppers go there for a second while we sit here and drink. Doesn't that sound like a good idea? I think, let's check the chicken while we're sitting here having a drink. Let's see. So it's almost done. It'll get cooked in the oven, which will be great. So we're just gonna shred it up here. Get some shredded chicken. You could chop it if you want to. You do you. Sometimes I shred it, sometimes I chop it. I knew it wasn't gonna be completely done. But again, that's okay. We'll just do that. So, Atheron Pete, thank you so much for that subscription. Thank you. So DeSoto, the good news is nobody was hurt. They were okay. So maybe the tires will fit your car.
Get you up on the board.
Yeah, let's get you up on the board. That's what's behind us. Robbie's going to get you up on the board. Thank you so much coming in here and dropping a follow and then a sub. We're so glad you're here. Not because of that, but because we love new people in here. We love to spread the word of food and community. And I really do try to spread the word about the heritage corn for masa. It's so much better for the environment, guys, because of the way they grow it.
Day by day.
Yep, 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 yep. All right, still shredding some chicken. You having fun yet? Because I think we're gonna put this back in the pan so I can cook it a little bit longer with a few more spices. I'm not gonna be able to taste it right now because it is not cooked all the way through. And
You got your puppy emotes now.
look at that! Look at that. Sometimes you'll throw it in the food processor. Yeah, that would work too. I don't think I would like, though, an enchilada with, I like my enchiladas with meat that has more texture to it, I think. I don't mind some tacos with food processed. But if you gotta make a lot, you might have to do that for sure.
All the puppy waves.
All the puppy waves. I don't even know, where is he? Is he outside?
If only Rocky greeted strangers
That way.
this politely.
Although he's taken now to thinking that Robbie is a stranger if he's upstairs.
Yeah, it's really weird.
The last
I
week.
don't know what happened in the last week. But
He used to do that with my youngest kiddo.
he's gotten confused on how to use the dog door. I mean, he can still get in and out if he's, motivated, but I don't know.
I don't know either. He's a weird dog. So weird. So who's got a good story? Anybody got something good that happened this week?
It's already Tuesday.
It is
Week's flying
Tuesday.
by.
It is Tuesday. That is true.
You've got a margarita.
I do have a
Life's
margarita.
Your daughter got married over the weekend.
Congratulations! I didn't know that, Luminology. No need to puree it. Well, for sure, for sure. But it's kind of like the same thing. Like, I will chop salads with a knife, but I prefer it for most salads if I hand tear the lettuce than if I use the knife. But if I've got a lot to do, I'm just gonna use a knife because that's a lot faster. You know, it's really hot in this kitchen right now. Hey, could you turn the oven down to 350
Well, you
for
know
me?
why, Dana.
Because the oven's on, the stove's on, you're here.
Thank you.
I knew that's where he was going with that. When you've known somebody a really long time, so did you guys get your little
I didn't
cameo?
know that on Common Wolf.
a cameo? It doesn't bruise the leaves for sure.
Texas chili.
Texas chili. That is excellent. If you need any tips, let me know. So, I usually talk a lot. I'm somehow in concentration mode here. Well,
Apparently, tearing chicken requires the utmost.
I'm thinking of 4 things right now.
Four things?
Yeah, I
Dina,
am.
Dina, I can't think of one thing at once.
I know.
Did you steal all my brain processing power?
No, you just decided to leave it on the floor. And when you leave things on the floor, it's fair game for anybody.
I don't think I would have left my brain on the floor. That sounds very not
I
like
don't
me.
know. You know, a lot of times I'll go, "What you thinking?" And you go, "Nothing." I'll be like, "It's really not that's really not possible." So that's a great question, Uncommon Wolf. Let's see here. All right, let me wash my hands since that
And hopefully
chicken had
they'll-
some rawness to it.
They'll judge it based off of flavor and not just which one's the hottest.
Oh my gosh. So we used to do, you guys may appreciate this. Back in my previous life, we used to do this thing called the hernia bowl. I think we should bring it back. We did it Super Bowl weekend. And the neighborhood I lived in, it was our neighborhood against the world. So our team was made up of all people in the neighborhood. And then the other team could be made up of anybody. And we lived around actual football players. So we did actually have to say no actual football players. They can come and cheer, but they cannot play because that would be cheating. Anyway, we did a bunch of activities over the weekend, and one of them was a chili cook-off. And the fire department would come and judge all of the chili. And I learned after 2 years of doing this, they just picked whatever the spiciest chili was. So I made a good chili. I threw a ton of cayenne in it just to make it like a 18 alarm fire chili. And I was like, that's just dumb. Anybody can do that. It's tougher to balance spicy with flavor. So you want flavor, and the spice should enhance the flavor, not blow your brains out because it's so crazy hot. You know what I'm saying, Robbie?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna put this chicken back in here. Since I can't taste it, I'm gonna let it cook for a minute. I'll probably throw some chipotle in there because I did not put any chipotle in the marinade, and some paprika, and then we'll figure out what else does it need. Oh, Robbie, you know what you could be doing?
No, not shredding cheese.
It's Chihuahua cheese.
Chihuahua cheese is pretty awesome.
Here you go. So that's the other thing.
All of it? She needs all of it.
Chihuahua cheese. So for this, you want a melting cheese inside with the chicken. And here in Texas, we can find Chihuahua cheese. So it's a melting cheese that's from the Chihuahua region of Mexico. So it's not made of dogs, just in case you were wondering. It's so good. But if you don't have it, or you're like, that's expensive and I can get this mozzarella for much cheaper, get a low moisture mozzarella cheese. You can get a Monterey Jack cheese. Use whatever kind of melting white cheese, like mild cheese that you want. Don't buy pre-shredded. Don't buy pre-shredded cheese. It has its place, but if you need it to melt, the pre-shredded cheese does not melt very well. So there we go. With Chihuahuas, made from Chihuahua milk. Oaxaca would be another excellent choice. I can't always find Oaxaca cheese though. And there's another one, it starts with a P, it's a panela. Panela cheese is usually pretty good for melting. So choose where you are in your region from what you can find, and it's within your budget. It just needs to be a melting cheese. When you shred your cheese on your own, buy a block of cheese and shred it, it will melt much better than the stuff that's pre-shredded because that has anti-caking, anti-melting things on it, like cellulose. So if you're ever wondering why when you melt some cheeses, they turn out kind of looking broken or a little lumpy, it's because it's got anti-caking agents in it. Because nobody wants to go buy shredded cheese that's all kind of sticking together. So you can't find Chihuahua cheese anywhere there. So then you can use mozzarella. That works well. I do have cotija, but cotija does not melt really well. So I use that more like a topping on a cheese or in something that I don't need it to melt. Little chunks of cheese in it are good. So your Spanish spelling is bad, and your English spelling, right? That's fine. I knew what you meant. You know, sometimes people get so mad and they're like, oh, that person doesn't know how to say that, or that person doesn't know how to spell it. And in my world, it's like, did you understand? If you did, why are we so upset? All right, so a little chipotle powder in there. And again, this is going in the oven. So even if this chicken wasn't completely done, that would be okay. It's going in the oven. It'll finish cooking there. And again, play with it. If you like things that are a little saucier, you could throw a little tomato in there if you wanted to. I don't like the insides of my enchiladas to be real saucy. You could throw some beans, some corn. There are enchiladas that have potatoes in them. I know we don't often think of potatoes as a Mexican food, but it actually is. You see it in a lot of dishes. Yeah, cotija on elote or in esquites. In salads, it's great in salads. Cotija is. So I'll probably pull the cotija out. So don't let me forget to do that. Get back in the pool. Cheers, DeSoto. So now we've got a little more flavor on all parts of this, right? I'm going to taste it because I want to see how it worked with the tequila and the marinade. Not that one, though. That one needs a little more cooking. How about that one? Yep. I love that. One of my favorite fajita marinades for beef. There's two of them. One has beer in it. I don't like that one as much as I like the one that's like lime and tequila and a bunch of spices. And some people don't marinate their fajita meat. It's such a shame. It really needs to be marinated. And I've had some bad fajita marinades that I've even made. All right, let's see if this is, oh, good. Cheesy Doritos. That is one way to do it. All right, so what we're gonna do, if you've never roasted your garlic in the oven, you really should. It gives it a nice, if you do it on the grill, it'll give it a nice smoky flavor, but it sweetens up the garlic. So you have this really nice flavor. And then, this one isn't working, right? We'll just do it this way. Ooh, it's still hot. Hot. It's fine. It just squeezes right out like that. Look at that. That's awesome. And we're not going to need all of this, so I can use some of this for something else later. You making garlic bread? Do this, because then you can just spread that full strength garlic on there. And it's cooked, so it tastes so much better than doing raw garlic on it. It's the best. Never enough garlic. You think I need to put more garlic in there? I have to put more garlic in there. All right. Set that over there. And now I have garlic fingers. How's the shredding of the cheese going over here?
Going.
All right. Let's get that off of the heat there. And then let's see how our peppers are doing, so that we can make our sauce. It does sound like something you might order somewhere. Okay. So, this did not come right out of the oven and in there, so this may not work quite as well as it normally does. But normally you can just peel all of that right off here. If we do this. So you can see how it's loosened up the skin. Right like that. And the reason we do that, I mean, we're putting it in a blender, so it's not going to be a huge difference, but the texture of that is just not good. Now, if you want your sauce to be a little spicier, you can keep those seeds in there. If you don't want it as spicy, I've already got jalapenos, so I'm going to pull most of my seeds out here. And actually, let's just dump all the peppers on here. And then I can use this as my trash bowl, because my trash bowl was full. And then when you've got most of the skin off, you're going to throw that in the blender as well, with all the other things. Garlic breadsticks. Is that what you would call a garlic finger? Is garlic breadsticks? All right. So I have found, oh, I just put that in the wrong place. I do that too sometimes, apparently. All right. You don't spend too much time trying to get everything off of there. Just do your best to get most of it off. So let's do this one. So we're gonna dump all of that stuff in there. And if you don't know this already, the seeds by themselves are generally more bitter than they are spicy. It's actually those ribs inside of your peppers that are hot. And then the seeds will enhance that heat. So that's why when you see recipes with peppers, if it's telling you to deseed it, it will also tell you to take the ribs out. Because if you take the seeds out, it's still gonna be spicy. Might be a little less spicy, but not. So you can see now this one came off a little better. Just peels off. Dun, dun, dun. So it's so funny because most people think it's just the seeds that are spicy. There we go. That is a mountain of cheese, Robbie. Mountain of cheese. Exactly. The membranes are where the heat hides in the peppers. There we go. So John, you know what I'm going to work on Thursday here? On Thursday, because I'm still working on this recipe here to make it mine and not out of a cookbook. But there is, I'm going to start working on a recipe for a Tex-Mex Eggs Benedict. And we're gonna play around with different things to use for the English muffin, quote unquote, and the meat. and things to put in the hollandaise sauce. So
Tree shredder.
he is a
extraordinaire.
tree. He is definitely that.
Definitely
All right.
got my arm workout.
So you see this, everybody? If you just take the seeds out, you got to take that membrane out with it to get rid of the majority of the heat. And we've got 2 of these, so I am going to take out most of the membrane. And this is why I didn't cut them or prep them beforehand, because I knew I was going to have to do this part. Because in some things I will actually take the seeds and the top off prior. This is not one of those things. But like if I'm doing like a chili relleno or a roasted stuffed chili with ranchero sauce that I love. Your yum child morning feel inadequate. I'm excited. I actually started writing down some ideas for recipes of things that I was like, ooh, I bet this would be cool. Let me do this. Because I forget things. I'll be like, this is a great idea. And then it's in my head, it's out of my head.
Tex-Mex dim sum.
Ooh, that would be great. We should do that, John. You should come down here and we'll do it here. All right. There we go. Almost done with our peppers, everybody. Then we can start making our sauce. I think I'm going to ask Robbie to bring the blender bottom part over here. I'm going to get rid of this out of the way. Da, da, da. Tahine shrimp hargao. Did I say that right? I don't even know. I don't know these dishes. I don't know dim sum dishes. That's why you and I would have to do this together. Or you can just do it without me, and then I'll just cry. It's fine. I'll get over it. Robbie's making some room.
Do you also need the lid?
I do need the lid. So we've got most of this off. Tedious work sometimes when you're cooking, right? Right, John? Sometimes you're like, I know this isn't exciting, but it's totally necessary. It's a necessary part. And honestly, these kinds of things for me, if I'm cooking and I've got some music on, I'm singing in the kitchen, I find this very comforting, a comforting activity. So thank you for the lurk. Doesn't it, Cutie Talks? I don't even know what it is, but it sounds good. Oh, shrimp dumplings with tahini seasoned shrimp. Ooh, yes. Sign me up for that. By the way, don't send Whiskey any dumplings. Send them all over here. She jumped on my parade of dumplings, wanting you to send dumplings. They're all mine. Wait, where did the other part of the jalapeno go? Oh, there it is. We've got seeds. We've got all sorts of things. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. So on Tuesday, by the way, guys, on top of doing that activity that I just said, working on a new recipe, I'm also going to be raising money. We have another food and drink streamer. Her name is Pantry Elf, and she's raising money for Ronald McDonald House Fort Worth. And so we're going to help her out with that on Thursday and on Sunday. So watch out for that too. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to let this go, and then we're going to add our seasonings in there. Now, here's something that's really important to know about sauces that I have learned over the years, is that if you overdo them in here, they will start to get foamy, and then they won't have the nice, luscious texture that you want out of a sauce. So don't overdo it when you're blending things. Don't walk away from your blender like I'm about to do. Wait, I gotta tell it what I want. Okay. Let's just go there. Come on. Let's go. Okay, so we've got that started mixing. I'm gonna add a little olive oil to add some nice texture to it.
Do you want to sing that last message, Dana?
Do I want? So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Yeah, there we go. Don't tell Whiskey. That's okay, we were bantering. So a little olive oil. We're actually gonna put in, and I have to put in a cup of sour cream. I thought I had a cup of sour cream, I don't. So we're gonna put in all the sour cream that we have. It's fine, it'll be fine. Because we want it to be creamy. Kanara has her ways. All right, so we've got that. I'm gonna tell her tomorrow on the kimchi episode. All right, we're gonna put some spices in here. So I'm gonna put about, what did I have here? I'm still trying to figure out how much of everything I want in here, because I'm really not a measurer. Ask Robbie. So about a half a teaspoon of cumin. We want some paprika.
Yeah, she's probably learned a few things on the Ho Ho Homicide specials.
We'll get some paprika in there. It's a little less than half a teaspoon. We're gonna do some salt, which I should probably measure, so I know what to tell people, because I just do things from taste, really. So we'll put a teaspoon of salt in there. Robbie's like, how much?
That's more salt than I've added to my food in a year.
And then we're going to add some chipotle flavors. See, these don't stay on my shoulder. My shoulders aren't as big as yours and Darth's. So do about a half a teaspoon of chipotle. Let me mix that up and see how that tastes now that we've got that. All right, let's taste it.
Suki, that would be the smart thing to do.
But this keeps falling off. I keep untying. But that's not my shoulder. I was told I had to have it on my shoulder, Suki. Excuse me, that's very spicy. Good news, we'll be serving it with guacamole. So that's good. All right. Now let's put some things together. I'm running out of room. And let's clean up just a little bit.
Unbelievably, John, no, it wasn't Rex's this time. I believe this was all Darth for Baca. So it had to be on the shoulder.
He's like, you can't keep things on your shoulder. You need to keep, Darth always has a towel on his shoulder, so. All right, let's get to assembling some things.
Enchiladas?
Enchiladas.
Instead of Avengers, it's enchiladas. That was the joke I was
I'm glad to hear you mumbling over there to yourself. Robbie. So the first thing, oh look, some sour cream didn't get mixed in. Let's do that. First thing you always want to do is make sure whatever thing you're using to put it in the oven is that you've prepared the bottom of it. Do not forget to put some sort of sauce on the bottom or it will stick.
Sticky.
and you won't be able to get them out. Okay?
Suki says, I don't see Darth here. Do what you want.
Robbie's the one who told me to put it on my shoulder. You're like, I can keep it on my shoulder.
It's a lot of enchilada.
All right. And then it's just really simple from here, right? We're just going to assemble these. Get the blender out of the way.
Are you done with the blender?
I am done. All right, so sometimes I will take my sauce and put it into a pan and heat it up in the pan with a little olive oil on the bottom. You will find that it happens in a lot of recipes for salsas, especially in Latin America. I'm not doing that today, but I am gonna sneeze, so hang on. Okay. I got peppers up my nose, so that was fun. I'm gonna dip that in there. We're gonna get a little bit on our tortilla. That's gonna be the outside of my tortilla there.
Bless you, Danny. Andy's back from his
Uh-oh.
lurking.
He is. He's unlurking, like that unlurk.
Have you returned Andy to help assemble the enchiladas?
I probably put too much stuff in this one right now, but that's okay.
It's a
They're gonna
very
be
full.
messy. They're gonna be messy enchiladas. And then you wanna put that
Chef John
seam
says, I
on
know
the
trouble
bottom.
has unlurked.
And then I'm gonna need Robbie to help me because my hands are very messy. Can you come help?
This feels like a trick.
He made I have done that, Sparkling Jewel. Can you hand me a tortilla?
Probably.
All right. That is good
Ooh, they're
news.
warm.
I know, that's why they're in the tortilla warmer, silly boy. I'm gonna do that.
I didn't try the margarita. Is that any good?
Delicious as always.
I was thinking about maybe doing half lime juice, half lemon juice next time.
Ooh, you're making your own mix now, huh? There we go.
In stores and coming soon, January 2052. Oh, you need another one.
Unless you don't want any. Do you want any?
I need another sip now. Uh-oh, Lord Vela says that Twitch mobile update messed this thing up even more.
Oh no!
I believe you.
Messed what thing up?
All the things.
All the things. Don't you hate updates?
We haven't updated OBS in about 6 months now because...
And now there's something we're supposed to use with an updated
Oh,
version.
that was just for my... You're not worried about 2K streaming.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Here, I'm just gonna use my hands. Lots of cheese. I sometimes have Robbie do more cheese.
Wouldn't show you who you're following. It took forever just to find us.
Oh no! Well, we're glad you found us.
Thank you
Again.
thank you for going through that effort to find us
Yes,
again.
absolutely. All right, so this is it. It's gonna be this lovely chicken that tastes really good. No, don't need it yet. Did you try the chicken?
No, I didn't know I was allowed to.
You take a little piece of it and see what you think of it. What do you think?
It's cooked well. Had a lot of seasoning. I can't wait to have more of it. Oh, I think I found the one that had the hole in it.
So we can't use that one. Little hole's okay. So a lot of times, I'll tell you what I do, guys. If I make a lot of tortillas or I've bought a lot of tortillas, I'll make a pan of enchiladas and then I'm too tired to do more of them. So I'll do an enchilasagna. I'll put sauce down and then a layer of tortillas and some cheese and the meat and the sauce and then another layer of tortillas and do the same thing again until I've used everything up. So that is another way. If you're like, I don't feel like making, I want to roll stuff up. I don't want to do all of that. Just make yourself a lasagna.
Would you say that these enchiladas are moist?
Not yet,
But they will be.
but they will be. They'll be
Just
very,
for
very
John.
moist.
Just for John.
So I'm just taking a little of this sauce in here and putting it on my tortillas. Oops,
She's flinging the chicken everywhere.
I am. Let's get things and stuff.
So much cheese on that plate, guys.
Is
There might be more cheese than chicken.
yes, I think it's about the same. All right.
Hey, Kelsey.
Kelsey! Kelsey, you're here. How are you doing? How's that dog? That crazy, crazy
Has
dog.
the dog learned how to dog yet?
Or is it still learning how to be a dog?
Correct amount of cheese is when you can no longer see the plate. That's how I am with Cool Whip and pumpkin pie.
Cool Whip.
Dog is good. Took him to puppy class yesterday.
How'd he do in puppy class? Did he make any friends? Did he listen to the teacher? I always love puppy class because they're basically, we're not training your puppy.
We're training.
We're training you.
He was definitely the biggest puppy.
They probably were like, sweetheart, this is puppy class. And, well, you brought a horse.
The horse stables are down the road.
Yeah. So you might want to go down there. How many more left?
2 more in here, I think.
All right, we're gonna find a way to make these fit.
And then we could maybe do something with that extra. If it's gonna be on the side anyway.
That dog is barking like a maniac.
Kelsey says, yes, we realize we are the ones being trained.
That is one thing I learned about the first time I took a dog to puppy class. They go, this is not a class for your dog to learn how to do things. This is a class for you to learn how to do things.
How do you say that again? Is it Borzoi?
I think it's Borzoi. Did we say it right? The raptor.
Oh, Andy, if only that were true. I can get him to sit.
All
I can
right.
get him to stay. He's
I'm-
really good at staying.
I am making these fit in here. They're gonna fit. And then we've got some extra chicken, and I think I've got some extra not good tortillas sitting around, so Robbie can make himself some tacos tomorrow, because he doesn't care.
It's all good. It doesn't have to look pretty.
There we go. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. Because now we've got to make guacamole after this, Robbie.
Well, I figured we might be doing that when the stuff's in the oven.
That's
Was it about to be in the oven?
it's about to be in the oven.
Look at that pour.
Okay,
I'm supervising, chat.
you're doing an
Very
excellent
important
job.
job.
So we're just gonna make sure that all of it's covered. I don't mind if the edges of my enchiladas get a little crispy. I kind of like that, but I don't want the rest of it to be dry. So we'll do that.
I've even got it on my business card. It says enchilada supervisor.
Does it?
Yep.
I don't think it does.
Don't question me. I'll make one.
I mean, we have business cards. I can make that happen on the next batch. All right. This is going.
He chose a rawhide bone for his treat.
Aww. I don't think rawhide bones are supposed to be good for dogs. I got yelled at once for giving my dog a rawhide bone. Okay, look at that, guys. It's going in the oven. All right. Shall we clean this up a little bit and make some guacamole, Robbie? Should we?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna take this chicken and get it put away real quick. Something
All
you
right,
guys
Andy.
don't usually see. You don't usually see me putting food away on stream.
But this does happen after every stream. Have a good night, Andy.
Good night, Andy. We'll see you later. But then that way I know it won't go bad because it's just sitting out here, right? You don't want that.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep that doggy rolling. Rawhide.
So I think one more thing I'm gonna do with this is next time, after I brown it, I'm gonna stick it in the oven with maybe a little chicken stock or something so it stays a little bit moister than it is. Sorry, John. Definitely not intentional. Or was it?
Or was it? Knowing Dana, it was.
So Robbie is really good. He's learning how to make some food, and he actually is like the food he's made, because the food he has made the last 3 Sundays has been actually very yummy, which I had no doubt of, regardless of what Robbie
It helps when I have
thinks.
Dana there to assist, but
Well, of
also,
course.
but also when that helps me.
And
Hey, Zool.
hey, Zool, how are you? Thanks for coming in. I do love the word. And make enchilada chicken nachos. That would be good too. I don't have an air fryer, however, so that would be difficult for me to do, but good for somebody else to know. Also, we almost always have tortilla chips here anyway. Not right now, though. Robbie, funny enough, there are no tortilla chips in the house.
Do you know why?
Because we ate them all.
Yes, that is an accurate statement.
Which is sad. You know, they were on sale, and I bought a lot of them. Okay, so Robbie, we're going to go ahead and make our guacamole.
Guacamole.
Guacamole and our malacote.
So you ready? Mm-hmm. Do we have a timer going? We don't have a timer going.
All right, I'll put a timer on.
We don't want to burn the enchiladas that
I'll
just
smell
took 2
them before
hours
then.
to make. Yep.
I will
No, you don't
smell
want
them.
the backup timer of the smoke detector, Dana. That is not how this channel operates.
When's the last time I set a smoke detector off, Robbie?
On this date 9 years ago, Answer the Call premiered in theaters.
Okay, I don't know what Answer the Call is. What if you want seconds? Too bad. Probably.
I don't know, there's a lot of enchiladas. Depends on how fast you eat the first set and if you get back for seconds before the rest of Chad has taken them all.
That's accurate.
They have a spicy garlic Doritos from Taiwan here in Canada.
Oh,
I think they'd be good with guacamole.
they would be good with guacamole. That is a good point. Okay. You're gonna sit over there? You're gonna come make some guacamole?
Is sitting over here an option?
No.
Oh. She teases me.
So I'm trying to use things I have in the house. I had bought these to make some little burger sliders. And then I ended up being sick, so I didn't get to make them for you guys. And I need to go out and harvest a jalapeno.
Harvest a jalapeno?
Yeah. Don't you want jalapeno in your guacamole?
I mean, we can. That's fine.
So you don't want it? Do you want red onion? What do you want in your guacamole?
We'll put whatever you've got ready to go in there. How about that?
Well, I don't have anything ready to go yet.
Oh no, the guacamole will be empty then.
I'm gonna go get a jalapeno. Keep everybody entertained.
I'm entertaining them by pretending to just rip apart of avocado. And then don't try and pull it off of there. Pinch it off. Much safer. Unless you want to end up in the ER, but don't do that. I need a spoon. Because Dana's
let's go
out there
inside.
harvesting.
Let's go.
So just one avocado tonight.
I'm coming. You know what I'm hoping,
Never
Robin?
done that spicy of a chili and a guac, huh?
So I can't find my jalapeno plant because the Thai basil has taken over the garden.
Oh, really?
It's all volunteer Thai basil too.
Well, anytime I cut into an avocado now, I'm just relieved when it's not super not ripe. because I think that was when we had all the streamers here back in
Yes, it was.
the end of March.
And we couldn't make guacamole
I thought
because
she handed me a fake avocado that was made out of plastic. That's how hard it was.
I bought it several days earlier. I thought they would ripen up enough to use.
I don't know what happened, but like I thought she was punking me. Were you?
I was not. I
Too
was
much
very-
Thai basil, you say?
Yeah, would you like some? Because I have volunteer Thai basil and volunteer sweet basil every year. Is that going to be enough for you?
That's plenty. Jeez.
And we'll put some tomatoes here. I'll get this first though.
Some days you can't get a ripe avocado.
Well, I knew I had to buy a lot, so I picked them up at Costco, and I knew that they weren't either Costco or Trader Joe's. I can't remember because you can buy bags of them, and it's a pretty good price. And I thought I had bought them far enough in advance, but I was wrong, Robbie. I was 100% wrong.
Like even this is probably like a day or maybe just half a day not ripe enough for my liking.
That was probably the ripest one I could find.
But this is at least, we can work with this. It just takes a little bit more effort. So. Chef John says he'd love some.
Hey, come on over. We always have more food than we need. All right. So in our basic guacamole, we usually put in a little jalapeno. We put in some red onions and some tomatoes, some lime juice, salt and pepper. What else?
Oh, was I supposed to be listening? I was focused here. Gotta
What
get
do you
in the
put?
zone.
What do you put in your basic guacamole?
Salt, pepper, lime juice. Then you can up your game with onion and peppers and tomatoes.
Which we always do, so that's part of our basic package there. But then if you really want to amp it up, everybody, throw in some bacon,
Bacon.
which we haven't fried today, so I don't have any. So there's that. Oh, is that our music?
Yeah.
I was like, because he's listening to jazz out by the pool next door too. I was
yeah?
like, can I hear his music? I don't ever mind. It's always like jazz, but
Garlic.
these are,
Cilantro.
oh, cilantro. I don't know if I have any cilantro. So we're not going to be doing cilantro. Cilantro we usually have in there. That's true.
Hiding
So.
salt over here.
Oh, there's sea salt over there too. You can use that. But you're right, cilantro is a really great addition to your guacamole.
And when you're mixing stuff in like this, there's a lot of it. I'm trying to not overwork it up front. So you don't want it too mushy. Or at least we prefer it to be a little chunkier.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be like a paste, like
Okay, these not the best chopped
the fake
tomatoes.
wasabi you get at like a Chinese restaurant. You don't want it to look like that.
No, that's true. Is that enough tomato?
Yep, that should be plenty for just one
Okay.
avocado. And then did you already throw the pepper in here without me seeing?
Yes. It was the first thing I put in there.
Oh, again, I'm really good at paying attention. This must have been gigantic avocados we used last time, Dana, because 2 avocados a couple weeks ago.
They
This
were
was
pretty big.
overflowing.
Yeah, they were pretty big. This is not for the guacamole.
Okay, I think we're good. Well, we could throw some cheese in there.
You could. I don't think I've ever done that.
Why not?
So-
Just to be different.
I love green onions, spring onions, scallions, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, no baby food. No baby food.
I mean, and that's the problem when you buy pre-made guacamole that comes in those packages or it's frozen, it has zero texture to it. It's like eating beginner guacamole for 2-year-olds. For me. If you like it, it's okay. You're welcome to like it.
Did you need another beverage, Dana, since we still got 6
Sure,
minutes
you
on
gonna
the
have
clock?
one with me?
I mean,
I think you should. All right, and then I'm gonna get out the queso fresco because I will forget that 100% if I don't get it out. All right, let's move this out of the way and not stab Robbie.
yeah, I prefer it if you don't stab me.
You're no fun.
I think Twitch would prefer that as well.
So not fun. Doesn't let me stab him. Doesn't let me set him on fire.
I'm just no fun.
No fun whatsoever. But yeah, things have to have texture. I don't mind something smooth, that's a really smooth texture, but give me something else to go with it. You know? I can only eat so much of something that's like completely smooth. And we're gonna clean this up and then we'll be ready for things and stuff, Robbie.
Stuff and the things.
And the things. All right, my rice has been ready forever. And I'm over here, and you can't see me, and you can't see Robbie, because he's making his drinks off to the side. And I'm gonna see if I can heat this rice up without drying it out. We wanna keep our rice moist, for
Very
sure.
important, just for John. We're always thinking of you, John.
Always thinking. That is for sure. That over there. Okay. What do I need to do other than drink this margarita? Part of why it's better to eat your food instead of drinking it. Yeah, for sure. Of course, we're having margaritas, so we are drinking part of our food. It has citrus. It's good for you. Look, my drink is really pretty. Still full. There we go. Topped off. I have to work tomorrow. Yeah, but you just have to sit there.
I just have to sit there.
Yeah.
Sit there and use my brain. Count numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have to do emotions and
Yeah,
stories.
I don't have to do emotions.
So what are we making? So we're doing some chicken enchiladas. I'm not usually on Tuesday nights, but I'm doing this for Chef John's Master Chef series. And it's a recipe I'm working on, which is chicken enchiladas with a creamy poblano sauce. It's currently in the oven. We've made some guacamole to go with it and some margaritas to go with it. And I've got some rice, some Mexican rice with peas to go with it as well. So that is what we are making tonight. And I added the rice at the very last minute, which is why I didn't make it onto the menu. I was like, we need something more. I need moa.
Get you a shout out because Tifa is
Yeah.
one of our newer food and drink
New
streamers.
food, I think just did her first food and drink stream last week. So pretty good on that. Hello, Michael Beast Mode Daughtry in the house. I need to do that again. Michael Beast Mode Daughtry in the house. How's that? Was that better?
Better.
Okay. You know, I once was on a phone tree. My voice was used in a phone tree. I don't remember, it was a bank. I remember that much. And it says, if you need an operator, please press 0.
You know, I thought when I met you, your voice sounded familiar. Now it all makes
Wouldn't
sense.
it be weird, like, if you met the person who has Siri's voice and you're talking to me, go, do you know you really sound like that Siri?
She'd be like, oh, I get that all the time.
Think sour cream that is a bit more of a buttermilk flavor. What are you talking? What are you trying? Hang on. Oh, the cremas. Oh, I have. You know what I have? Thank you for reminding me. I have some agria sour cream crema, and we need to get out our. Oh, you know what? I don't have cotija. I have queso fresco. They're both in round things. So we're gonna be putting queso fresco rather than cotija. Cotija would have been better. It's saltier, so it's more like it gives you more of that Parmesan vibe to it than queso fresco does. Queso fresco reminds me a little bit more of like a feta cheese, but that's gonna be good too on top of everything. I love sour cream too, Sparkling Jewel, to the point that Robbie's like, oh my gosh, are you sure we have any sour cream left? Because I love sour cream.
Does.
I could have put some of this in our sauce. I forgot I had it.
Less than a minute on the enchiladas.
Well, and we're going to check them because we don't know for sure.
Less than a minute until we check the enchiladas.
Robbie doesn't know how this cooking thing works.
I don't.
Fine.
I have no idea.
Can you bring the dog in? Because the dog is barking and the neighbors are outside. All right, so what I'm looking for my melty cheese, but I'm also looking for the sauce to bubble a little bit, because even though everything was roasted before we put it in there, I still wanted to cook some more. Do a dollop, do a dollop. All right. I totally forgot I bought this. Dang it. That would have helped with the spiciness and the salsa. All right, now I'm going to check this. I'm going to go with a couple more minutes. Sorry, Robbie. I want to get...
Don't apologize, Dana. Just cook faster.
Just...
One more time.
Sorry.
Okay, now they're done?
No.
Ah.
They're not. What I do need to do, though, is taste your guacamole and make sure that it is okay. It's always good. Read your labels. Read your labels at the grocery store. So many things. I have to look. I'm with you, Sparkling Jewel. Like, I use oat milk. And I'll use some of the oat milks that have extra stuff in it, but I found like Elmhurst plain is the best as far as the ingredients in it. They'll trick you. They'll be like, this is healthy. And then you read the ingredients and you're like, I can't pronounce half these things. A wave of the chef hands. Almond milk is okay. I think for me, like, I think everybody's kind of got their own preference of it. My mother loved coconut milk in her coffee, and to me, you have a coconut flavor to it. And I was at the grocery store the other day, and they had a new brand, and the people were there letting you taste their stuff. And I said, I'm going to taste it. And I did, and I said, it's got a really great mouthfeel, and I said, but it still tastes like coconut. And I don't like coconut in my coffee. I don't want coconut coffee. And it's like the same thing with almond milk. There's a real strong flavor to almond milk. The oat milk seems to me to have the least strong flavor that it adds to it. But to each to their own. Thank you for that lurk, Tifa. I'm with you, Luminology. Kosher salt in his coffee. I mean, you can do what do they call that coffee where you put butter in it? There's a name for it. You would put Kerrygold butter in your coffee, and that was supposed to be good for you. barista grade versions that include more fat, that sort of thing. Yeah, I do like, there's a couple of brands I like that have the barista oat milk, but if you look at it, it adds a whole bunch of other stuff into it. And so occasionally I'll get it, but I try to stick to the other stuff. Has more of a flavor than almond milk. Well, there you go. So see, everybody's different. It's good that we have options out there. Isn't it good to have options, Robbie?
Options are good.
So, all right, I'm gonna check on this. I really want the cheese to do a little browning, so I think I may turn the broiler on for just a second. But I'm gonna stand right here and watch.
Don't take your eye off the broiler.
I'm standing here and watching it. Except I'm not, because I gotta go over here and get this so I can pull it out right away.
Just burned 2 seconds ago because you walked away.
It doesn't take long. Once those broiler coils kick on, right? Am I right? Am I right?
And then there's like a dragon breathing fire inside the oven.
Yeah. Come on. I'm waiting.
One day we might have oven cam technology.
They sell them. The only problem is you get more gadgets on your everyday items. That's just more things to break.
Kind of like a car.
Exactly like a car. And I think that's the hard thing. That's the hard thing these days, is that they put so many things on things, and they just have more things to break. And then you can't even replace those things a lot of times. The break, you have to go buy a new one. As opposed in the old days, I would take my vacuum cleaner in to get fixed. Do people still do that?
I'm sure for certain high-end vacuums they might.
That's true. But you used to have repairmen that came more often. All right.
How are we looking, Dana? Do we have enchiladas? Have we been successful? The chocolate almond milk is really good, but too much sugar for you.
I don't do any of the flavored milks in the store unless they come from the dairy. We've got, our grocery store has some dairy, like they get from like 3 different dairies.
That's...
Doesn't that look good, everybody?
See, I can't buy chocolate milk at the store because I'll just drink like a whole gallon in 2 days. So it's better to not have it around.
All right, so
Because
pictures.
it's delicious.
Well, I used to have chocolate milk from the milkman.
What's a milkman?
Come on, you grew up on a farm.
Yeah, they were called cows.
Ah. All right, so this has more of a sour cream texture to it rather than a crema. But
You'll make it work.
I am gonna make it work. There we go. This is for pictures. Then we've got to get them on the plate with the sour cream. So then I will have to make everything pretty again. I think it looks pretty in the pan with all of the cheese.
We occasionally get to HEB. There's more and more of them around here now.
We have their bougie grocery store that's a closer drive.
Yeah, I know some people that'll go there just for the tortillas.
Yeah. You've heard the stories of people who live out of the state and they'll...
They take them on their airplane with them to go back home. Yep.
All right, let's plate her up.
One store here has low-carb chocolate milk, but a Dairy Sense now has 7 carbs per cup.
Oh, that's nice.
She's plating the food. It's almost time to eat. literally been waiting all day for this moment.
Well, I got it done in 2 hours. Ish. It's always an ish. All right, let's see if we can get some of these without tearing them too much since they're super close together. Hot.
It's almost like it just came out of the oven, Dana.
Kinda.
Ooh, the ooey gooiness.
There we go.
And don't worry, Dana, if you need some fresh cheese, we've got some cheese to top it off with.
I'm not worried. I know the cheese will get used tomorrow. You can make dinner tomorrow because I'm working late.
I think my phone might be making dinner tomorrow.
But we have all this cheese, Robbie.
That'll be my lunch.
The cheese will be your lunch.
We have very low standards.
All right, get a little of the cotija on there. Actually, it's not, it's queso fresco. Sorry, I keep calling it the wrong thing.
She even got a scooper for the guacamole.
Yep. You like that sound? There we go. And there we go, everybody.
Ta-da!
All right, let's get this out of the way. Let's get some photos. And then we'll try it, everybody. It's that time. Let's stop that.
What's your favorite store-bought Mexican hot sauce?
Ooh, that's a really great question.
Luminology likes Valentina and Cholula.
Cholua's great. I do like Cholula. What else do I have in here? There's another. I like. I think Cholula would probably be the one. That'll be the one.
Well, there you go. There's Dana's answer.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Can we eat? Can we eat? Can we eat?
We can eat. All right, which plate do you want?
This one.
I can't see your head.
Never be afraid to think outside the box, guys.
That is an excellent
See,
point.
I'll take this plate, I'll put all the rice in the empty portion, throw some guacamole and cheese on top, and we're good to go. I just can't pick it up because it's still hot. It's the only
So there
problem.
we go.
The only problem with that plan.
All right, you ready?
I am. Okay.
You like it?
Well, I just had rice first.
Oh.
A little appetizer. That is a smash, Luminology.
Mmm.
That is good.
Really
That's
good.
really good. Holy cow. A little bit of heat on the back end.
Yeah, it's not as spicy as it mellowed. The spice seems to have mellowed out a little bit.
Oh no, that's just one bite.
Yeah.
Luminology, this would be worth the drive, just saying. Yeah. These, I know there's a lot of food here. It will not last past tomorrow.
That's for sure. There have been times I've been like, I think I'll have a enchilada, and I'll go in and all of them are gone.
It's true. Mm-hmm. Mm. Holy cow. Good job, Dana.
Thank you. Thank you. So, on my way. Excellent. You better hurry.
You can call dibs on a couple. I'll set a couple aside.
Sparkling Jewel, yes, I have made my own tortilla chips before. You reached through the screen for some of your own. Perfect. Perfect. So You guys have been awesome tonight. Thank you so much for coming on a random Tuesday. And like I said, on Thursday I'm going to be working on a new recipe, and that is going to be an Eggs Benedict, but with a Tex-Mex spin on it. And I've got a couple of ideas, like, I don't know, maybe some cornbread instead of an English muffin, or maybe a corn fritter. I'm thinking the cornbread is probably more like an English muffin. I don't know.
I like cornbread.
Maybe some Johnny cakes instead, something like that. And then we got to figure out a meat. So instead of like the Canadian ham thing, like going maybe brisket or pulled pork. So I got to decide that soon because I'm going to have to make that ahead of time. So I live in Texas. This is true. Hanger steak isn't really Tex-Mex. So pork, yeah, I was thinking like maybe pulled pork, but maybe like a smoked pulled pork or maybe a smoked brisket. I haven't decided. We'll decide on beef or pork since it's usually like pork. Maybe the pork would be good. So anyway, it's
good.
delicious, but we got to find somebody to go to because both of us got to clean this kitchen up.
When did you move the camera?
He wasn't paying attention. See, he does not pay attention to me. I literally walked away from him and walked around.
I was distracted by delicious food. That's not fair.
You hadn't even eaten anything yet. This was before we took a bite of anything. You were talking about this being your plate.
How do I turn off Dana's microphone? Hold on.
You were talking about using this as your plate. Yeah. Exactly how I feel about you. Thank you for expressing that. Megan is filling in her backyard. Jeff is on. I don't know who Raywin is, but thank you for the ideas. Let me see who's on my list.
Thank you for being here, Luminology.
So we've got ICP. We've got, well, there's Megan. I see Megan. We've got, Nom Nation Official is on. Mayor Bakes is on. Maybe we haven't gone to Mayor Bakes in a few weeks. Let's see here. Who else? And Chef DeParty is on. Oh, Earth Toast is on.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's one of the Food Fight people. We should go there.
Let's go to Earth Toast since Earth Toast is going to be on Food Fight. Okay, Earth Toast, not even knowing who I was, said yes to Food Fight. Not knowing who Darth is, said yes to Food Fight. So let's give her lots and lots of love. When we go there, also a fellow Texan, so there's that as well. I want to thank you guys for being here. We'll be back on Thursday again, Eggs Benedict, but Tex-Mex twist to it. Sunday, Robbie is cooking his last Sunday dinner for us, at least for now.
Forever. Be there, be square.
At least for now.
Because that's a hip reference, be there, be square.
I got it, yeah. We used to say that in the 80s.
You realize that's like 40 years ago, right?
I mean, I'm 57, so yes, I do realize that.
It's coming up on half a century, that's all.
And then on the last Sunday of the month, we'll be here in the kitchen, but then afterwards we'll be on Chef Mega, and then there'll be the Raid Train the following weekend for food and drink streamers, and then that Tuesday, August 5th, we will be starting Food Fight. This Thursday and Sunday, we're going to be raising money for Ronald McDonald House Fort Worth along with Pantry Elf. So I'm going to help support her fundraiser, which I think is her first like independent one that she started from scratch, but I could be wrong. Anyway, so I hope to see you guys there, and we will go see, we'll go see Earth Toast, and thank you guys so much for now. Thank you, Luminology. Just keep reminding that. Ooh, chorizo, that would be good. And there we go. Much love to you guys too. You guys have a wonderful week. Take some kindness with you. Take it out into the world. And I will hopefully see you guys on Thursday. Good night.